Yeah, man. So I was sitting there. I was drinking my orange vanilla Coca-Cola going, this is great. New soda. I'll taste it. This is going to be amazing. And then watching the big HBO doc last night.
I'm very disappointed I didn't realize it was on last night.
The Michael Jackson doc.
Yeah.
Leaving Neverland. Not Finding Neverland. Leaving Neverland.
I didn't even do anything. I just went to dinner with a friend and came home. I
had some froyo.
I did. But I mean, I didn't. What time is it on? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock, yeah. It was the big 8 o'clock show. It was on at 8 o'clock. They did the first 2 hours tonight, or last night. They're doing the second 2 hours tonight. But I'm telling you, man, first you watch the first half hour, and you're going, okay, they're stretching this out clearly. This is the one that was at Sundance that they had therapists and whatnot in the movie theater because they thought people would be so emotionally disturbed, which really did feel like one of those like 70s horror movie gimmicks.
Of course it is.
You know what I mean?
Gimmick, yeah.
There's vomit bags in the seats in case you can't handle it.
Yeah, except it was wet naps.
No, I know why.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to explain. It's disgusting.
Well, no, if people are eating popcorn.
Oh, I see. But I'm sitting there going like, okay. Half an hour in, they are really stretching this out because they got to get 4 hours of it because there's a part 2 tomorrow night. But by the end of it, it picks up right about 30 minutes in. And by the end of the 2 hours, I'm sitting there going, what the fuck do they have to cover tomorrow? This is insane. It's a lot of detail, Jim.
It was structured wonderfully.
It was, I mean, it's a weird way to say that, but yes, it was.
It's a well-made documentary.
That's better.
It's a well-made documentary.
Structured wonderfully.
But structured wonderfully.
Yeah.
Kids are talking about getting raped by the king of pop. What do you mean structured wonderfully?
I mean,
wonderfully is the wrong word.
Yeah.
The story, not
What does it matter? You were able to edge all the way through it?
It's not a wonderful story.
I never said it was a wonderful story. I said it was structured wonderfully.
It built to a delicious climax of sadness and ruined childhood.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about with your words?
It was structured
I'm just
wonderfully.
saying it doesn't start with, hey, Michael Jackson fucked some kids.
No, Travis reviews child porn. That's what he does. This was a wonderfully structured picture with the man in the mask coming in first.
Just saying.
That is how you're coming across right now, Travis.
I know a lot about bad childhoods.
Please. Your mom left when you were 20. Wade Robinson is over there getting fucked by Michael Jackson at 7. Yeah. Come see, come saw.
Whoa.
So,
Number 9. What a terrible fact.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll get to that tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get to it or tonight. It starts off, basically, they really, really try to lay the groundwork. Now, there is some doubt in this documentary because while it certainly goes into the detail in these two kids or two guys now stories that the R. Kelly doc goes into, it's only the two guys' stories, meaning they don't have it's the two guys that are saying this happened to me when we were kids. It's their families, and that's it. That's who they talk to. They don't talk to, Michael Jackson's inner circle that are finally going like, look, here's what was going on. They don't talk to other kids that say it didn't happen to me. They don't talk to anyone in this thing except for the two guys that say it happened to them and their families.
Wow.
And these two guys are on record in court
from years ago
as defending him.
Oh, right. They did. They both said he didn't do it.
They both said he didn't do it. And there are stories about Wade Robson specifically having something to gain. Like he was having financial troubles at work and whatnot. And when he first, in like 2011 or 2012, when he first came out and turned his story around and accused Michael Jackson, first of all, obviously it was after Michael was dead. And second of all, the first thing he did was file a lawsuit. So, of course, you've got people going... Financially, he's got something to gain. He tried to get a book deal. It didn't go, but he tried to get a book deal out of it. So there is that part to it. But...
Why aren't they interviewing the inner circle?
They said that they didn't... And this is a bad quote to anybody that's putting this movie in doubt. Not that I'm one of the doubters. I'm just saying, presenting this side. They're saying that... I believe the filmmaker said they didn't want to confuse the story. Which... Now you're starting to
documentary is supposed to get both sides.
Precisely. So there is that. But what they are saying is this is not a documentary about Michael Jackson and what Michael Jackson did. This is a documentary about the stories of these two kids that were paralleled. Which it's like, okay, that is... You can get out of it that way if you're just telling the story of these two kids in the movie. But it was really, the detail was really fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it was
big if true. It was really, really bad.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And I watched it, and I wasn't. I mean, I guess I can be gullible on television with television shows.
You think?
But I watched it going, I believe them.
Oh. Before you, okay, I'm gonna write something down. You just reminded me of something.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah.
To murder you for.
We'll get there.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yes.
I'll get to it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You just about your gullibility. Good.
So they start the thing talking about how Michael Jackson, because it's no secret that Michael Jackson had all these little kid friends, right? He was hanging out with kids all the time.
Yep.
He had Corey Feldman, he had Webster, Macaulay Culkin.
And they think people say, he's like a big kid. He
Right.
didn't have a childhood. His childhood was stolen by his father. He was in the Jackson 5. Joe Jackson rubbed a fork on his cheeks because he had acne.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
you're like, well, he didn't have a childhood.
Exactly. So you
He
got
didn't
to.
hang out with a lot of fat kids, though, did he?
No. It was all in shape kids. He liked little dancing
Not a lot of
kids.
little fatties.
Little athletic kids is who he liked.
Not a lot of the kids with acne.
Well, because what he
Little
would
pretty kids.
Because he would like to do, he'd like to dress up the kids as him. And he's not fat. He doesn't have acne.
That's true. He wants to look like him.
So he liked to dress up the kids as him. See, there's the little tiny 7-year-old Wade Robson dressed up as Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, and people thought it was really, like how cute he was, that he loved kids so much. And what a lovely quality that the king of pop is like a big kid.
Dude, they showed these kids dancing. And it's creepy. Like, they showed these kids dancing on stage. And at 5 years old, Wade Robson is doing Michael Jackson pelvic thrusts. Pelvic thrusts. He is humping. At 5 years old, he's humping, and his mom is just there trying to get him into every dance competition she can get him into. That's another element that it was so reminiscent of. You remember when we were talking about the documentary with B, Abducted in Plain Sight?
Sure, with Bob Berchtold.
Right, you remember his name.
Can I not? I remember his technique.
When we were
Fuck
talking
the mother and the father. Aha!
Right.
Bob.
We were talking about how he romanced the mom and the dad.
That's right.
And that's how he got away with fucking the shit out of their kid all the time, right?
Yeah.
So you watch this thing, and as you're watching the parents tell their sides of the stories, who obviously believe their kids,
Sure.
you're going, where the fuck were you?
What a lousy fucking shit parent you are.
And the
not
more-
that I wouldn't do it either for some nice gifts.
Well, that's what it is. The more you're watching, Wade Robson's mom is clearly somebody who wants to be best friends with Michael Jackson. She wants her own relationship with Michael.
By the way, do you know how mad the parents of fat kids must? Like, imagine like the kids like Wade or another kid, and then the one kid who was ugly, and the parents brought the ugly kid around, and then Wade and the other kid are on the jet, and you're just standing there on the tarmac waving bye-bye. You and your fucking awful ugly kid. You're going back in a fucking, you're not even getting a limo ride.
Yeah, you start putting your kid on a diet and buying him fedora hats.
Yeah.
Learn how to dance, man.
Yeah, dance, you little klutzy nothing. Mama needs a new bracelet.
And the other one too. They interviewed two kids. It was Wade Robson and this kid Jimmy. And Jimmy's both parents got off so hard on seeing their kids on stage, seeing their kids in dance competitions, seeing their kids in commercials.
Like stage parents.
100% stage parents. And I'm sitting there going, I mean, my kid's only 2. But like, I would feel uncomfortable. Just the part where they're showing this little 5-year-old dancing on stage, and he's humping, and all the fans in the audience are going, "Yay!" I'm going, if that were my kid, I'd be like, "Get him off stage! Why are all these people looking at my kid? This is fucking weird.
Yeah,
this is too much. This is not right." But it's different for stage parents. So
that's what they want them to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh, he's just imitating an adult. It's like, you don't want your kid thrusting his pelvis.
Exactly.
Moving his little crotch.
No.
Little clumsy, dumb kid crotch.
You don't even know why he's humping. What the fuck you humping for?
Dancing. That's Michael Jackson dancing.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson, well, apparently, according to this documentary, he said he hadn't yet.
And what?
Humped. Michael got into his first sexual experience, they said.
Oh.
He told, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. This thing is amazing. So, the one kid, Wade Robson, is an Australian kid. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And when he doesn't have an accent anymore, that's probably what you didn't know. But when he's 5, he's doing Michael Jackson dances. He becomes obsessed with Michael Jackson. He enters into a Michael Jackson dance competition. He wins.
He won.
He wins, yeah, because he's so great at dancing. And at 5 years old, Michael Jackson was coming to Australia. He won a meet and greet with Michael.
Because of the dance competition.
Because of the dance competition.
Little lad.
That's right. Michael goes, oh, you guys at the show tonight? And then Wade was like,
fucking Roland Jackson.
exactly.
Sorry, Latoya was going to come in, but she can't. She canceled.
Cancel the press. Cancel the press. You can't travel.
he's just coming at 11 o'clock from GMA. He's him and Joe Jackson.
They're going to come next loop around. Latoya's going to come
Would
in
you guys
next
take
loop
Tito as a favor?
So they go backstage for the meet and greet. They go to this Michael Jackson concert. Wade, little 5-year-old Wade, has the time of his life.
Sure.
They go backstage. They meet Michael. Michael goes, oh, were you guys at the show tonight? And then Wade goes, yeah, we were. And Michael goes, oh, I wish I had known. I would have brought you on stage to do that dancing. And of course, Wade's mom, super helpful, goes, oh, we're going to be here tomorrow night too. So Wade's mom in that moment is like, you can bring Wade up on stage tomorrow night. And so they go back the next night, and he does bring up Wade on stage, and because he used to do this thing. And this is where I'm sitting there going, okay, even if not all the stories are true, there's something going on here. Because in all these documentaries, in the R. Kelly documentary, and all the rock star movies and everything, you always hear stories about the rock star having a guy that would go out into the audience and give chicks passes, right? Like everyone. R. Kelly was
part
doing
of the crew, yeah.
Right. He goes out. Michael had a guy that went out into the audience and gave kids passes so that they could get on stage and dance with him. And you're going, well, he liked to have kids dance with him for one of his numbers. That's fine. Yeah, cool. It's literally the same thing R. Kelly did with girls.
But after, I mean, that was probably you had to, like, when you're trying to molest kids, you got to get them on stage because you have to have the parents involved at first too.
Exactly.
So you can't just give them backstage passes. If you bring them up,
yes.
And I guess that the parents come back after, and then everyone kind of hangs out. But at least you and the kids are there with the parents.
Dude, he worked the whole thing. He would bring the kid. He brought the kids on stage. Then he brought the parents back. Then he started saying like, oh, like being friends, just friends with the kid and the whole family. I'm friends with the whole family. Oh, let's all go on vacation together. He brings the whole family on vacation.
He bring the parents too.
Of course. Oh, the whole family goes to Neverland. Everybody's having such a good time. The whole family's at Neverland. The guest quarters, very far away from Michael's bedroom at Neverland. Oh, why don't you let Jimmy, we're going to watch movies tonight. We're going to eat candy tonight. We're going to keep playing, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you let Jim, oh, Mom, can I sleep with Michael? Oh, let Jimmy sleep with me. And the parents have been worked to the point.
And they also don't want Michael to disapprove, but it's your own kid.
Right, they don't want Michael to disapprove.
Are you supposed to stop your own kid from getting fucked, even if it's a celebrity?
100%.
I mean, I know, like, I want Ozzy to like me, but I wouldn't want my kid to fuck him.
Yeah. Like, oh, if I don't let Ozzy fuck my
Because you
kid.
get jealous.
Is that? I would.
Yeah.
Why can't he stay with me? Why don't you go back to listen to some records?
I mean, you should have heard this stuff. One kid, Jimmy goes on tour with Michael. Michael's like, why don't you let Jimmy come on tour with me all summer?
How does that call happen?
He goes, oh,
Who calls the parents and says, look, we like your son?
Michael does, because they're friends. Michael goes, fuck it. It's summer vacation. And you can come with him.
Does he tell them, that you said you can come with him?
Oh, yeah, the mom can come with him.
Oh, okay.
But guess what? Once we're all really good friends, this is what Jimmy just sleeps with Michael every night. Jimmy just goes and sleeps with Michael. And unfortunately, Michael wants to put Jimmy's mom up in the nicest suite in the hotel. Unfortunately, it's all the way across on the other side of the hotel, very far away from Michael's room. Very far away. And the mom's just like, yeah, man, this is where the suite is.
They gave her a nice suite?
Beautiful suite.
That was their excuse. That was his excuse.
Beautiful suite, first class travel, limos. But unfortunately, the nicest suite in the hotel is as far away as you can get from Michael's suite. And the kid's going to sleep in Michael's suite.
That's so crazy. Now, would Michael paint it where there was other kids? Hey, there's a bunch of us staying.
No, because there was one special friend. At first...
Did they make it look like he was sleeping in another bed?
No.
He didn't even get two beds?
No. At first, it was the King of Pop has a king-size bed.
You know how there's not two kings? It's Michael Jackson. He could have had a second bed put in.
Yeah, he pushed them right together.
Well, yeah, for
big
appearances.
Bed. No, one big bed. At first, he would go like it would be the guy like and his sister, for instance. Wade Robson and his sister would fall asleep. It's Michael, it's Wade, and his sister, and they would fall asleep watching movies and eating junk food and whatnot. Okay. Then the sister kind of goes away, and then it's just Michael and Wade.
Think Michael had good junk food in the fucking.
Oh, they showed it.
What'd they have?
fucking everything.
They did, right?
Every
Mike,
fucking
I'll tell you
thing.
one thing. If you're a kid, Michael Jackson's candy offerings must have been a home run.
Dude, he had a movie theater in Neverland.
Of course
You
he
get the
did.
movies before theaters gets them. And he's got a whole snack, like it looks like a concession.
Wait, he would get the movies before
theaters.
That's funny.
Yeah, and
That's
he'd get him,
Michael
it's
Jackson.
old school, so he'd get him on film, obviously. But he'd get the film and he'd have a projectionist, the whole deal. But
Like kids' movies he wanted to see?
whatever he wants. They said, what was the, I can't remember what, they said what movie they watched at Neverland, and it was one of those 80s, like...
E.T.
No, it wasn't even a big one. It was like the knockoff
Accused.
of Short Circuit or something like that. No, it wasn't. The Accused. Probably would have been a little on the nose.
Yeah. The Woodsman.
But then they showed the concession stand at Neverland Movie Theater. Every candy you could ever imagine.
Oh, they had a concession stand?
It's amazing.
Was there a person working there?
Not when they showed it. No. It was on the house though. It was free. All the candy was free. So they keep it moving, but this is, I'll play you some clips. This is when Michael was on the plane with Jimmy. This was after, I think, the first show that they went to, and he flew Jimmy and his mom on a jet, or maybe this was after the Hawaii trip. He flew them all to Hawaii.
Okay.
And they're on a plane together. And Michael turns on the audio recorder. And so they actually have all this stuff. It's amazing how much archival stuff they have. But this is Michael and Jimmy.
Why did Michael give the kid the audio?
The kid probably had the recorder.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't like a secret. And it's not like this isn't so much damning as it is you get to hear the way Michael would kind of interact. you
Right.
know?
I remember the plane being quite empty. And I did this mock interview with him. He said I could ask him anything I wanted.
We're in the air on our way home from Hawaii. Thousands of feet in the air on this DC-10. And I've had a wonderful time with Jimmy.
I swear to fucking God,
Dude,
I thought that was the kid. I thought that was the kid.
I same thing. I saw this last night and I was like, okay, that's Jimmy talking first in my head just now. And he goes, I had a wonderful time with Jimmy.
Yeah, what a fucking dope Michael was. Thousands of feet in the air, what, the big shiny magic thing?
On a DC-10.
Oh.
Don't you come in my hand, you cocksucker. I'll rip it off.
That's later on in the tape, yeah.
Oh, let's hear that again. I swear to you, I thought that was the kid setting up the interview.
I got to start from the beginning. Oh, wrong mouse.
Oh, now.
I remember the plane being quite empty. And I did this mock interview with him. He said I could ask him anything I wanted.
We're in the air on our way home from Hawaii. Thousands of feet in the air on this DC-10. I've had a wonderful time with Jimmy.
Are you taping?
Sure. You can ask anything.
I was just playing reporter. And he never gave interviews. So it was kind of like, sure, you can interview me, but nobody else got interviews. So it was also a big deal.
How did you cry? What was your best thing?
This
best
kid
thing about
sucks
Hawaii?
as an interviewer.
Being with you.
How do you feel about performing and stuff? Do you like it?
I love performing. It is the greatest thing in the world because I feel at home on stage. I could live on stage. I'm the most happiest when I'm on stage and when I'm with Jimmy Safechuck. But the best commercial of all the Pepsi commercials is the one that you and I did. And I'm not just saying that. That's the best one. Because it has heart. Every time I see it, it makes me smile.
So he met Jimmy on a Pepsi commercial.
Ugh,
Jimmy
wonder
was
he
the
liked
kid.
kids. He was a fucking stupid asshole. What a fucking plain idiot Michael was.
Jimmy
I
was-
like the plane. It's so high in the air.
Yeah, like you're Michael Jackson, your biggest pop star in the world, and it's still a marvel that planes can fly.
Yeah, that's your insight. Me and this fucking kid, I enjoyed dancing in a Pepsi commercial.
Thank God nobody ever did interviews with him.
Yeah, he was
nothing to
awful.
say.
No, and he blew it every time. What did you like doing? Sleepy with the boys. Martin Bashir's like, what?
What?
He blew it. The second he started talking, he blew it. Couldn't help himself.
But I mean, did you hear the way he was talking to Jimmy? That's like the way you talk when you're in high school and you're trying to get a girl to like you.
Dude,
my
it's
favorite
exactly
part
what I
was
would've
being with
said.
you.
Yeah, just being with you. That's what you say when you're trying to fuck somebody.
100%, right? That's I'm
Yeah.
sitting there thinking that. Like, he goes like, my favorite. Nobody even asked him about the Pepsi commercial. You know what the best Pepsi commercial is? The one me and you did together. What?
It's exactly what I would tell a woman. What's the best part of going away and doing the gig? Was that you were with me,
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
Usually not.
No, it was doing the show and then fucking you. What's the worst part? Talking to you after.
But you don't get into all the specifics.
You don't say that.
No. Well, Michael, he's the same. He really is a smooth criminal. He knows exactly what to say.
Yeah.
And then
Is there more of this riveting interview? This kid
No.
wrote his questions down.
no.
What was your favorite part? Do you like pineapple? Shut up.
But I'm sitting there going like, they aired this interview, and the interview was the first time I was like, that's a little much to look away from. That's a head scratcher. The way he's talking to him, the way he's being flirtatious, and like, oh, I just like being around you. I'm going like, that's fuck
Yeah,
language.
he's working him.
Yeah, he's working him. And I didn't realize 3 minutes later in the documentary, all shit was about to hit the fan.
By the way, that's when Rob asked me my favorite part of doing the live show in Philly. That's what I said to him.
You did.
It's being with you.
Being with you.
That's right. These are the best live shows, the one you're at.
Yeah. I like being backstage and talking to you about the
Yeah.
shows. It's because it's me and you together.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Little Robbie in his hat.
Yeah. You know what I like? You know what my favorite hat is? The one you wear.
Yeah, when you turn it sideways like you're a little b-boy.
I think you're just great. I think you're terrific.
I hate Rob's fucking shirt length.
Of course you would. It's very, very
The
short.
collared shirt, and he's leaning forward. His underpants are still showing.
That's right. Rob, he gets he takes his collared shirts to the tailor and says, "Can you make a half shirt out of this?"
Yeah.
It's not true.
Can you
It is true.
Can you make this half
It's
C?
tiny. You're down there fixing the guy's mic, and your fucking underpants are showing from the back.
Well, do you not like it?
Hate it.
Oh.
Usually, people who are like Rob's size, they have to get their clothes like tailored and everything. But for Rob shops at Rob shops at the short and squat store.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a weird body, I guess.
It's a nice
like-
body.
It's
Yeah.
a nice bod, but
Weird socks, pepperoni nipples. I know, nice bod.
hey.
He does have pepperoni
You have
nipples,
like 8
doesn't he?
toes.
Yeah,
I do
Oh
have
my
8
God,
toes.
webbed toes.
Fused toes.
Rob is a mess.
Michael would have thrown you back.
Uncut.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Unclipped.
Yeah.
You know,
Boy, there's just skin everywhere. His cock between his toes.
A lot of extra skin.
You know, yeah,
Unclipped.
plenty of flesh.
Oh, yeah.
Clothes on, Michael probably would have been like, "Oh, let's get Rob a perm. Let's dress him up. Let's
Yeah.
put the Thriller jacket on him. Let's get him all kinds of
Get some
Michael
clothes
stuff."
that fit.
Right, but then you take your clothes off, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck did I get myself into?"
Then he would have fucking licked Rob's brown manhole covered nipples.
You think Rob would have been a one-night sleepover?
Oh,
Absolutely.
forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He would have had just Rob eat his ass while he jerked off and looked at the pictures of other people.
Like he wouldn't. None of the Michael Jackson charm.
No.
It would just be like, "I don't give a fuck about you."
Yeah,
Rob.
Rob was
Go
like,
to
"Can I have
the
some
training
candy?
room?
You're going to get fat."
Yeah, exactly. Michael, can we watch another movie? No, Rob, the movies are over.
It's time to go to bed. Go back to your mother.
Yeah, exactly. Rob would have been right back to the guest house. Rob would have had to walk right all the way through the hotel to find that other suite.
He would have tried to like do this foot fetish thing where he fucks the feet, and then Rob's socks would have came off and his dick would have wilted. His fucking vitiligo dick would have just shrunk.
Why don't you swim back to your mom's suite, web toes? You fucking merman.
I think you would have liked them.
Me or he?
He.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why?
He.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why?
No, he would have thrown you back.
I think he would have thrown you back.
a mutant.
Too. Yeah.
You are a mutant.
Yeah.
He would have treated you the way fucking Peter Dinklage's father wanted to treat him in Game of Thrones. Damn it.
What's wrong?
That's just too weird.
It was an obscure reference.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I got
but
it.
Peter Dinklage, he's a little guy, so.
His dad doesn't like him.
Wanted to throw him in the ocean when he realized he was born a dwarf.
That's too bad. So you think Rob came out? First of all babies come out uncircumcised.
Wanted to throw him in the ocean when he realized he was born a dwarf.
That's too bad. So you think Rob came out? First of all babies come out uncircumcised, but Rob's dad didn't know that, and he was like, "What? He came out uncircumcised and with webbed toes?
His
In the
toes.
drink you go."
It was his toes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let the fish swim.
Yeah, because there's probably a mailman in the neighborhood that everybody makes fun of because he has webbed toes.
You think so?
Yeah, there's a guy who delivers the mail. He's a part-time mail carrier, and everybody laughs at the fact that he has a giant cock and webbed toes.
I don't want my son being that guy.
I'll take
In the water with you. How'd your dad know the mailman's dick was so big?
Oh, it's just a rumor.
Oh, I
Someone
see.
saw him whizzing behind a
Yeah,
bush.
it's just a rumor. Come on.
I see. I don't want to say anything out of school. You're right. So you want to see where it gets?
Yes, I do.
This is
Hot?
where it gets a little scandalous for
sorry.
Michael. Now, I didn't see all of this because I was too busy watching.
Palm spitting.
No, not palm spitting. There was counter programming on that really locked me in. The Jackson family was very, very smart. This came out at 8 p.m. last night. It had a running time of 122 minutes. In a hugely coincidental move that I'm sure was just parallel thinking, at 8 p.m. on Michael Jackson's official YouTube channel, a concert film debuted that was 2 hours and 2 minutes long. So the Jackson family...
How many views?
150,000.
That's it?
I think the HBO doc...
Smoked it.
I'll say this. The YouTube video did not become a trending topic all night long.
Good. People were more busy watching them fuck kids.
That's what they were watching. Yeah. When he starts singing, I'm staring at the man in the mirror on stage, you go like, oh, wait, let me go back to that kid fucking
I'd rather
doc.
stare at the boy in the bedroom, hear what he has to say.
Well, here's what he had to say. This was Jimmy talking about when things got a little bit closer than the airplane interview.
Michael and I were in his room. He set it up like, I'm going to show you something that everybody does and you'll really enjoy it. So it was like he was teaching you something new. And I remember my penis swelling up because I did it so much that first time. I must have done it a few times. And so I remember dipping my penis in warm water. Michael filled the cup up with water so I could pee. It was hard to pee. I don't have any unpleasant memories other than not being able to pee.
Oh.
It felt like you were bonding in a way. The tour was the start of this sexual, couple relationship.
Jimmy was 9 when he says this.
Why was he trying to pee into a cup?
He had masturbated so much.
Oh, he swole up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael was teaching him how to masturbate.
He did it so many times.
Yeah. But he's 9. He can't.
I don't know if I could have come at 9.
You can't. I don't even know if he went into detail with that too.
Yep.
He said that.
Swollen dick and a warm cup to whiz in.
Yeah. He said there was clear things coming out, but no actual ejaculate.
Right.
This is it's
too small a lad.
Yeah. That's why you're not supposed to do that with 9-year-olds.
No, it's frowned on.
It's so frowned on. It's actually against the law. I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
Okay, good. And then this is where, right after that, he starts talking about what Michael liked. And there are people who think that he came from sexual abuse, not just physical abuse.
Michael, maybe.
And when I started hearing about what Michael's habits are, I started to worry about not Jimmy from the doc as much as my pal Jimmy Norton and the things that he went through. Troy, tell me if any of this sounds familiar.
Michael would like it if you would bend over and spread open your cheeks. That's what he liked.
Oh, wait. Not
what? You want to just give that one a slower listen, do you?
Yeah, no.
Let's go back and hear it again.
I didn't want...
By the way, for the record, Sam is massaging himself through his pants.
I didn't want you to think that I thought that Jim liked... Jim Norton liked to have kids spread their cheeks.
No, I don't.
It gets...
I can't think of anything worse than a fucking dirty kid's asshole.
Oh. Ugh.
Fuck that.
No. Well, Michael could think of a lot worse because apparently Jimmy's saying...
like a vagina.
He liked it.
Michael would like it if you would bend over and spread open your cheeks. That's what he liked. And then he would masturbate. And he liked if I rubbed his nipples.
I get
so
that.
we would do stuff, and then in the end, when he wanted to ejaculate, he would finish himself.
I mean, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it's pretty close to what I do too.
What do you do?
Have a girl lick my nipples while I jerk off.
Yeah.
I do. Or tweedle them.
That's what. And then later on, Wade talks about nipple play as well. The stories that Wade and this Jimmy guy tell completely match. They could have spoken about it ahead of time.
Yeah, of course.
But they do completely match. And you're going oh, fuck.
Now I have an itch on my upper, I was afraid to scratch it.
No, you can't yet.
It's right there, just for the record.
Okay, all right.
On my waist.
It's very good that you clarified that.
Absolutely, because you don't want to be digging around your crotch during that fucking audio.
No.
That's the wrong message to send out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, they were going through the Neverland Ranch, and Jimmy was saying that they fucked in every room in Neverland. He was like sitting there. They went through room to room, and he was giving like a mental tour of Neverland. He was like, "Oh yeah, there was this movie theater where all the candy was outside. We had sex in the movie theater." And there was this train station that went all around Neverland. And if you went upstairs, there was a bedroom on top of the train station. We had sex up there. And then Michael, he had this bedroom, and there were all these big paintings. And there was a painting on the ceiling. We had sex in the bedroom.
They probably look up at the painting. Come here, I show you the painting.
There's a painting of Peter Pan.
Ugh, fuck Peter Pan.
And that's what he tried to do.
That's true.
Yeah, that was the issue. That was the whole problem.
What kind of creepy adult has fucking Peter Pan on the ceiling?
I think that that's only really the beginning of Michael Jackson's problems.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, if he just had Peter Pan on the ceiling, I'd go, okay, he's an artist. He's weird. But like, if he's really wanting to look at 9-year-olds' anals while he jerks off, I can't.
Wait, the train station was on multi-floors?
There was an upper floor of the train station. There's a bedroom above the train station. They had sex in there.
How big was the train set?
It was a human-sized train.
Oh,
he had a train that
made
went
to look like the front of Disneyland.
Yeah,
he had a train that would go all over?
Yeah, that went around Neverland.
Yeah, dude, Neverland was the fucking shit.
Okay, first of all,
but it was on one floor.
Jim has now ignored the whole thing we just heard. The most disturbing. I've never. That might be the most
train station. Okay,
that might be the most disturbing thing I've ever heard. The whole like.
It sounds like fun to be a boy on a train.
Show me your anal, and I'm gonna jerk off. And Jim is just going like thinking about his childhood. Going, this is why I think Jim was molested. He's thinking about his childhood going, oh, but there's a train station.
100%.
He's going,
I found a picture of the older
but the kids
bully boy.
How old was he?
Just a year older than me.
Okay. How did that make you feel when you found the photo?
I just saw it.
It was just like, that's that guy?
Uh-huh.
But there's something in you that goes like, oh, but it would have been fun to ride that train.
No, I thought it was like a train set that you have as a kid.
Oh, no. No. This is, you might go like, oh, well, maybe Michael had a child's mind, so he didn't know what he was doing was wrong, right? He didn't know he'd get in trouble for it. I don't
believe that.
Well, yeah, this kind of blows that theory up.
He would run drills with me where you'd be in the hotel room and he would pretend like somebody was coming in and you had to get dressed as fast as possible without making noise. So not getting caught was a big, like, just kind of fundamental. It was very much a secret, and he would tell me that if anybody found out, his life would be over and my life would be over. And that's something he tells you over and over again.
That's like textbook molestation, grooming, right?
Doing drills. It was like a fucking fire drill.
Get dressed drills.
Yeah, the alarm would go off. They both put their clothes on. This is just a test.
Gotcha, Jimmy. Okay, take them off again.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know, the one time the kid probably did something wrong, put his shirt backwards. No. Panicked.
Michael, what do you think Michael would panic?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's just Bubbles outside ringing a bell.
Oh, yeah, I had heard that years ago that there was a bell or some kind of a thing that would make noise.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, I think LaToya or somebody said that years ago.
Well, they talk about the bell.
The routine was we would get a blanket and lay it down on the floor inside of the closet next to his main bed so we could close the doors and have like several sort of doors people had to get through. It was just a hall that leads to his room. So there were bells, so you could have a moment of hearing them trip, and at least it alarmed him to when people are coming. There was like kissing and I think just kind of rubbing on each other. And then oral sex. And then he would want me to suck on his nipples, and then he would finish himself.
Is that legal?
No, what? I don't even know if this is legal. Dude, so
that's Neverland, or is that the guest house?
That's the train station.
That's just the train station.
That's not very impressive at all.
No, Neverland, they showed the blueprint for it. It's a very impressive house.
So do you think he would take Jimmy on the train ride, or the other kid, let's go choo-choo, and then stop in the train house and run in for candy? Get a quick one in?
Get a quick one in.
Ugh.
Nipple play and a hand job. Dude.
Who are these fucking shitty people around him?
That's what I've always, especially as more and more of these stories come out, whether it's the Weinstein stuff, the R. Kelly stuff, the Michael Jackson stuff, I'm going, why aren't we locking up everybody that's around these people? Because clearly they have to have recruiters.
It's
I mean,
kids.
they talked about with Jimmy. He sent a camera crew at one point to Jimmy's house to interview him and have Jimmy do Michael Jackson dances on camera. But it wasn't for anything.
No, but that's also one of those things where you could say it's legitimate. Like, well, he might make something out of this, or it's like a tie-in with a project.
But when you're a staffer, if you're a full-on staffer, you know what the deal is.
Yeah,
Staffers back then though didn't know because Jimmy was his first.
Was he the first?
No, he told.
Wait, Jimmy was the first or no?
Michael told Jimmy that Jimmy was his first sexual experience.
Ew.
I don't think that that's true.
No,
Jim Norton.
Why not?
I don't think that that's true.
No.
Travis was convinced.
Oh,
I'm just taking Michael at his word.
Yeah. Travis was convinced. I, unfortunately, was not convinced. This is where they talk about that.
So it wouldn't actually, like, ejaculate. It would be this, like, kind of lubricant without anything in it.
Ugh.
I've had that happen too. I hate
would
that.
Sort of leak
He's a
out.
child.
I'm just telling you, I've had that happen.
For me, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, Michael would ejaculate. He said that I was his first sexual experience. And he would say that all the time. He's the biggest entertainer and he's a creative genius, and that creative genius thinks that you're special. What's not to like, right?
There's something really that seems legit because he's talking about how he liked it, like, or the masturbation kind of felt good or whatever it was. Like, there's
You're
something.
talking about this Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
He sounds like he's telling the truth.
Where they're sitting there, both Jimmy and Wade are saying that they didn't realize until they were adults that they'd even been abused. They weren't sitting there feeling like abuse victims as it was happening. They're sitting there going, oh my God, the king of pop thinks I'm special enough to do these secret king of pop things that he's not doing with everybody else.
Right.
Which, first time. He really had his whole system rigged up. Yeah, he set up those bells just in case there was somebody to come over to do this for the first time. That's what I mean. Like,
how would the bells be? People would trip on them? How the fuck did that work?
They had bells that would go off because there were multiple doors before you got to the closet.
Didn't people wonder why the bells were going off when they opened the door? Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh,
people fucking knew. The people who worked in that
then why
house.
were they fucking going in there? And why would there need to be bells if they all knew?
Because they didn't want them to see. Like, they knew, but it wasn't said.
It was unspoken.
Right.
Or if the parents come looking.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't they wonder why there's bells everywhere warning the kids?
Why, they were fucking half a mile away in the guest house.
Yeah, they
just
were so
in
out
case.
of breath they weren't noticing the bells.
Yeah. The bells were like a worst case scenario. That was when they had to do the get dressed.
That was DEFCON 3.
Yes.
We'll just unplug the goddamn thing. Yeah, I understand.
Right. So that's Jimmy's story. And then they move on to Wade. And Wade is telling Wade's story.
Is that the ranch there or the train station?
That's the first building. That's the beginning of the property.
Oh, there's a lot more than one building.
Yeah. It's like a theme park.
Yeah, that's just the train station.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's and the train would take you back to the house?
Yeah. When you first walk in, it's like Disney World. Like when you first walk in, that's the presentation.
I thought that was the whole
house.
place.
No.
Oh.
No, he wanted it to look like Disneyland. So that's exactly how Disneyland looks when you walk up to it.
Is it?
Yeah.
The train station? Yes.
Yeah.
With the big clock and everything?
Before you go into the actual park, yeah.
So he had the juice to have that made? Do you think Michael ever went to Disneyland?
I mean, there's footage in the documentary.
Of him in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying himself. I wish I could have gone to Disneyland with Michael Jackson.
I wish you
Oh
could have
my
too.
God.
I'd go today,
Oh my God.
Would they?
knowing what I know.
First of all, he's not interested in going with you today.
Absolutely
Damn
not. Fucking.
Just trying to get a free ticket.
So wait, would he have to wait out? Why would Michael Jackson stand there for 45 minutes on a line?
I don't think.
He's not waiting in lines, dude.
I don't think MJ would have to wait online, Jim.
No. You don't have to wait on a line if you don't want to.
Dice didn't wait on lines. You think Michael Jackson waited on lines?
No.
So Neverland is actually back on sale. You know, they realized this doc was coming out. Everybody was going to be hearing about this great Neverland place.
Right.
So they decided to put this place back on the market. But it's in Nevada. And instead of going for, it used to be $100 million. Now they cut it down to 30.
Now is the Ferris wheel still there?
I think they took it down.
No, all the amusement park stuff has been gone for a while.
Why?
Yeah, all
What's the use of buying it?
Because he wasn't.
You weren't buying it for the amusement park
Sure,
equipment.
because it was part of the history of it.
$100 million for a Ferris wheel?
Wasn't he not even living there towards the end of his life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he couldn't
so,
pay the bills on anything.
Yeah, I mean, that place has been deserted for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's probably not that nice.
No,
I
it
think
has
the house itself was renovated.
Was it?
Yeah. Like, I think that the grounds are just fine, but like all that shit, all the zoo and the amusement park and all
Bubbles is still hanging out in the forest somewhere.
Yeah, Bubbles,
They
I
could've-
think, comes with the property.
Is that
does.
the renovated version or the original? The one we're looking at photos of.
I don't know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure everything
I
is
the
like
floors.
somewhat maintained, but it's like all
Does someone clean it still or maintain it, make sure the windows aren't broken? Or
Well,
is it-
sure,
somebody
sell it,
owns it.
yeah.
They're trying to sell it.
That's true.
But
I wonder if they turn it into a Graceland for him.
who's the fuck is going to every fucked a kid in every room? Who's going to Graceland? If you found out Elvis fucked a kid in every single room, you're still going to Graceland.
I mean, years got to pass.
It probably makes for a longer tour.
That's true.
He fucked kids in all the
I know
rooms.
he fucked kids.
People go on a Dealey Plaza tour. Sure, I could definitely see them going on this.
Yep.
A kid fuck tour?
Sure.
No,
You wouldn't call it that.
We did
Well, no,
it.
you can't.
Jimmy said he got fucked in every room.
No, you wouldn't. They wouldn't say it's a kid fuck tour, but there'd be like little numbers, the way the police put like next to shell casings, like by the closet, by the pillow.
So if you know, you know. Or like on when you put the headphones on and they give the audio guided tour,
Yeah.
there's just a tone. Every time you step where a child was molested, there's just a tone.
Yeah, you just hear fucking this guy. Oh fuck!
Masturbating.
Right.
His
it's
voice.
just-
He does
you go,
the audio.
What does that mean? If you know, you know.
You know.
Yeah, no, they're not going to turn it into Graceland,
I
man.
bet you they do.
They won't because all this shit is gone anyway.
I bet you in 20 years, nobody's going to care about this. They'll be like, oh, it's just something that happened.
It'll be worse 20 years from now.
It will be worse.
It'll be worse.
I know you think in 20 years everybody's going to be fine with pedophilia. You already made that clear.
I don't know about 20 years, but probably 50.
You hope.
I
Yeah,
mean,
while
dude,
he's still alive.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, he's
exactly.
banking on it.
You can finally put out your photo collection.
I mean, theoretically, somebody can buy it and turn it into a Graceland.
They can theoretically, but nobody's going on a Michael
no, but like
Jackson
his
kid fuck
family's not going
tour.
to do it. Well, no, they're not going to use the F word. They wouldn't sell tickets.
Kid sex tour.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're not doing a Michael Jackson pedophile museum.
Michael Jackson's anals tour.
They're not going to, because he looked at kids' anals in every room at that house.
it's not going to matter. Do you think Michael Jackson fans that are diehard,
Yep.
R. Kelly fans don't care?
No, I totally agree with
There's
Troy.
there's a small group of people. You're right. There's the
That's
group
a
of
small
fans,
group, yeah.
but there's right now
Small group.
There's a group, but relatively compared to what the fans he had. BBC Two already stopped playing his music.
That's one radio station. I mean,
That's always one. There's
should-
always one that fucks you over first, and then all of a sudden the dominoes go because then everybody else is pressured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the loudest group is not necessarily the biggest group. There's no way, if he was fucking a kid in every room of that house, that they're doing a Neverland tour.
No.
They'd be like, look, they took down the Ferris wheel, but we reconstructed a Ferris wheel to match the old one.
right.
So this looks just like the Ferris wheel where he used to bring kids on and fuck them on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, we even put little throwback cranberry stains on the seats.
Do you want to go on that tour with the cranberry stains? Wouldn't that bum you out to see the cranberry stains?
I mean, look.
Or no?
If
Or
they,
no?
if they reconstructed Neverland
With
like
the
it was,
with the cranberry.
the cranberry would bother me.
I might go the way you go on a tour of Auschwitz, like to look at a terrible place. But they do. They tour concentration
they
camps.
do.
Like
So
you're not praising anybody. You're looking at this place where all this
Okay.
fucking awful shit happened.
It's history.
Okay, it's his
story.
His story.
That's true.
So you would. Okay, all right. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
But
here.
you understand the tone. The
Yes.
tone of it would be different.
I'm glad we're brainstorming here. So
Would the bells be
maybe
there?
What's that?
Would the
you'd have
bells
to leave
still
the
be there?
bells.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to
The
make
what?
it authentic.
The bells.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
You'd
time
have-
you walk in, there's a bell goes
Tinkling. Ah.
Troy
Yeah.
wants pure authenticity.
Sure, I don't blame him.
you'd have to
Yeah,
leave
I
the
mean,
bells.
They're not going to have like mannequins of him jerking off to a kid's butthole.
No, but they
there.
put like little mannequins of kids, like small kids,
Right.
with like their fucking one part of the shirt untucked. Like just so you kind of, but you can't have like real kid actors. So you have to have like those little fucking animatronics.
Right. Like in Disney.
Yeah.
He would love that. Yeah, maybe Jim's.
Boy,
maybe
is he lucky he died before all this shit.
Oh my God! This would have really
His career.
this would have made it tough for him to walk around.
Yeah. People would have started to think he was weird.
But maybe Troy, if we can compromise with Jim and we do open Neverland, but we literally say it's this is a horrible place of tons of child sex happen.
Yeah, it would be a
Wh-
tour like a Holocaust
Auschwitz.
tour,
Yeah.
or like the Manson murder, like some bad place. It wouldn't be a good place.
So then no amusement rides.
No, you leave the train.
No, you have all of them because that's what it was.
Working?
Fuck it.
Maybe working, yeah.
I mean, what are you going to have? Amusement park rides that don't work?
You don't make it,
Stupid.
but no wooing allowed. Like no, like woo, like you can't throw your hands over your head. Like
Right.
fun.
You can take like a sad Ferris wheel ride.
Yeah, they'll play sad music.
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll be sad Michael music. It'll be his slow stuff.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be Ben will be playing on a loop.
Or the chorus of "I'm bad." That's all it would say is "I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad."
Well, yeah, here's the
No.
problem. They have to play the chorus because the opening lyric of that song is "Your butt is mine," which really takes on a
Is it
different
really?
connotation. Yeah. Your butt is mine.
Is it your butt or your bud?
Your
Bud.
bud. Why would you say your bud?
Why would you say your butt is mine?
Well, I
It's
can't.
butt. He's talking about little kids. Your butt
Did I
is
say
mine.
bud?
Troy thinks he's saying your butt is mine. Like, hey,
bud.
hey, I don't like you, but
okay.
your
Bud
friend,
is
he's
mine.
mine.
I
gonna
didn't know
tell
that's
you
what
right.
he said. I don't know why.
Why would he say your bud?
I don't know. I don't,
Like,
know.
I
I
don't
don't say butt.
Stole your friend.
But you think
Because
he
he
was
likes kids. He likes to look at kids' anals.
And my first thought he was a beer drinker.
I hear that lyric totally differently now.
He's trying to grab somebody's Steve Weiser, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he likes to look at kids' anals and he's singing about it.
But
You know?
that song came out before he was doing any of this.
Yeah, this is grandfathered in. Remember?
Why do you Why do you believe the story that it's not clearly?
Yeah.
Jimmy's talking about a process
Yes.
that has already been set up for molesting children.
It's like a fucking. It's like Lucy and the Chocolates. It's a conveyor belt of kid fucking.
But how do you know it wasn't the first time? There's got to be a first time somewhere.
Because he wouldn't have already set up the process if it was the first time.
The first time he probably did it on tour in a fucking green room. The kid's parents went to the bathroom and he fumbled with it. The first times are probably clumsy and rushed.
Yeah.
But they weren't set up with a system.
Okay,
Here's
so
what
now
hap-
we're just not trusting Michael Jackson.
Here's what happened
Not
the first
saying
time. First time it happened, at some point Michael Jackson thought to himself, I gotta get a fucking bell.
I need a system here because I want to do it so many times that he can't pee after. I need a system of protection.
Here's what happened the first time. I gotta teach these kids how to get dressed quicker. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, old fucking slowpoke Steve over here, fucking clumsily tucking. He's fucking the stupid kid's tucking his shirt in like fucking Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
All slow. Come on, Leonard.
He's trying to get an audience together to listen to Blame It on the Boogie. Meanwhile, this kid is taking fucking half an hour to put his
Yeah.
pants back on. He's gonna get in trouble.
All right,
Yeah.
well, until somebody can come forward before Jimmy, I think Bad's grandfathered in.
Yeah, you're fucking off.
Maybe one of those kids was before Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to come forward, though.
Yeah, the molestation started at Dangerous Era. Period.
No, it didn't.
It clearly did
Started
not.
the Bad tour.
First
but
of all,
Bad was
he
already
was on
recorded.
tour.
Okay, you're right. Travis is right.
He's on tour for Bad.
He's singing about
He
what
hadn't
he's
even
doing.
started writing Dangerous.
Artists confess during their stuff.
True.
I'm smooth criminal. I'm bad. I'm dangerous. Come on, he's telling you what's going on.
You don't think when he wrote Your Butt Is Mine, he was singing about a little kid's anal?
Billie Jean, BJ.
Yeah. Billie Jean is not my lover. You know how he knows that? Because he fucks kids, not full-grown women.
Exactly.
Or
Billie
he's
Jean's a
just
lady.
writing about fantasies that he hasn't done yet.
He's singing Billie Jean to a parent. Billie Jean is 4.
Yeah, Billie Jean's not my lover.
Yeah.
Billie Jean's old and has hair down there. But he was confessing in all his music.
He was.
Yeah.
Dangerous and I'm bad.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a smooth criminal. That's all confession.
Man,
Right.
there, he's trying to change.
That's right. It's trying to change.
I got to make
Absolutely.
a change.
I got to make a change.
He's got to stop fucking kids, is what he's
Yeah.
saying to
He
himself.
can't.
Yeah.
He can't stop.
No.
So instead, he's like, I either got to stop fucking kids or I got to go to Home Depot and buy a shit ton of bells.
That's right.
And so which did he choose?
The bells.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, we've only gotten to Jimmy stuff. Listen to poor Wade Robson, who's this little 5-year-old in Australia. He's obsessed with Michael Jackson. This kid, Jimmy, he's showing Michael Jackson his anal. He didn't even like Michael Jackson beforehand. He was in a Pepsi commercial. He wasn't even a Michael Jackson fan. Wade Robson was obsessed with Michael Jackson. Obsessed with him. He had pictures everywhere. He dressed up as Michael as a little kid. It was ridiculous. And he talks about how rapidly the sexual stuff picked up with Michael. This is when Wade was 7 years old. He's describing these things.
I mean, it escalated rapidly. So taking showers together and, fondling and kissing. So him kissing me, I mean, like full open mouth, tongue in mouth, kissing. He would put my fingers on his nipples and tell me to squeeze them.
Jim.
And he would moan and react to that like it felt good. And
guilty.
I liked the feeling that was making him happy, that was pleasing him, And then Michael pulling my pants and my underwear down, pulling them off, and going down and starting to, perform oral sex on me. On. And I remember him putting my hands on his head when he was down there. I'll never forget the feeling of his hair. That was rough, almost like a Brillo pad. Like
it's fucking racist.
Roughness. And he's down there and with his mouth on my 7-year-old penis.
Yeah. Why the hand on the head?
It turned into having me perform oral sex on him too. I mean, to be honest and to be graphic about it, like, a full adult grown man size penis in my mouth, in a little 7-year-old's mouth.
Let me tell you
You're
something.
right, it's graphic.
It's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
horrible. I literally had nightmares about it.
No, you didn't. Dreams.
Nightmares. I mean, this fucked me up last night.
What happened in your nightmare?
Don't worry about that.
I want to know. You dreamt somebody walked in and he couldn't get dressed fast enough?
Bells going off everywhere.
I mean, this is like horrifying. That people would even exist like this.
Yeah, that was probably the worst part of the documentary.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. This is why there's therapists on scene for this thing.
Yeah. But
now,
Jim wants to know why the hands on the head.
I don't know, man. That was his thing. I don't.
Did he want to feel like he was being forced?
Why, who cares?
You're asking what a child molester's like reasoning is.
Why'd he suck a little 7-year-old's penis?
Yeah.
That's way worse.
That's another fair question.
We're both going to tackle these questions.
Absolutely.
Right,
I mean, it was just struck me as in that whole thing of what he's doing, which is wrong and odd. That just struck me as odd.
Right.
It doesn't mean that the other stuff was normal.
I think the nipple play is odd.
Well, I disagree there. I like a full-grown person to do it.
Right. You like full hands, like grown hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do need a nip play.
Nip play? Is that what you would refer to it as?
It's in my fucking profile.
What do you say? Like touch my nips?
I get off on nip play.
Yeah, man. It's
rough.
Really fucking rough.
You still like him as much as you did?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, but time will pass.
How much time passed?
He fucked kids in all the Neverland
it's
rooms.
terrible.
All the rooms.
It's terrible.
But
like you could go to Neverland and be like, look, we're not going to talk about any of that. Let's just look at this picture of Peter Pan. Yeah, this kid was saying he was looking at that while he was spreading his cheeks.
I know. I know. Look, it's a hard nut to swallow. But
don't use that turn of phrase. That's horrible.
All right, I take it back. I apologize.
That's disgusting.
But I wonder what people like Kelsey Cook, because Kelsey is a huge, she loves Michael Jackson. And I'm like, you watch this. What's this going to do to your love of this person?
I was staying in the city. My wife was watching back at home. And she was like, because she loves Michael Jackson too. So she was like, oh, like we got up to him on the plane, right?
You guys were watching together?
We were watching. I mean, it's not at the same time, yeah.
No, but you were in different places?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you talking on the phone as you were
watching?
watching?
No, we were just texting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she was like, I don't really like where this is going. Like, this is creepy on the plane. And then the when he's talking about the sexual stuff, that happens like 2 minutes later. So first she goes, oh man, I don't know if I like this. I feel bad for Michael. Oh my God. And the whole thing changed. Like, what the fuck? This is horrible.
So she hates him now or dislikes him?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her.
I wonder how do you turn on an artist that you love so much? I never cared about him either way.
A lot of people on Twitter were like, this is horse shit.
Yeah, I guess people don't want to believe it.
I was tweeting about it, and people were sending me like all the videos of Wade Robson when he was like from the years past, saying Michael didn't do anything, Michael didn't do anything, Michael didn't do anything. Michael did something. And they're saying that, Wade's lying, Jimmy's lying, blah, blah, blah. But these are really, really graphic things to lie about. Kevin in Philly.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, so it was absolute chaos on Twitter last night. I tried to essentially say that Michael Jackson was a pedo, and there's a bunch of basically Michael Jackson apologists stalking me, yelling at me, trying to dox me, find my identity. It is insane what's out there. So be careful. There's an underbelly of Troy Kwan's defending Michael Jackson.
I'm not defending Troy.
Troy Kwan wants to go to Neverland and ride the train.
Michael Jackson, I mean, look, the guy has a lot of fans. Yeah, of course he does. But people just don't want to admit it. But both of these kids did say, I don't like that the documentary didn't interview people in his team who might refute it.
Yeah. There should be a lot. This documentary should be a lot more widespread if it's going to be the piece that finally nails this thing that we've been hearing about for all these years.
I'm okay with it not being two-sided.
Because you want all the details. You don't want anything taken away from all the fun
because
stories.
I mean, a documentary is telling a story, and this is their story. Like, it doesn't have to be a,
Yeah, but you know
tell it accurately.
You know the newsworthiness of what you're doing. Like, know that this is even more damning. Before this, Martin Bashir was the worst thing that had ever happened to Michael Jackson.
100%.
This is 1,000 times worse than Martin Bashir.
Don't disagree with you at all.
If you know that really, like you're saying you're telling the story of these two people, but the story you're really telling is, no, for real, he wasn't just kind of hanging out with kids. He wasn't being a little weird. He was a fucking pedophile. You gotta know, okay, maybe I wanted to tell these two guys stories, but now I've got to tell this pedophile story. And in order to fully do that and not have all these people going, well, these two lied about it
They've
the
already
last
lied,
time. Although...
Make it a 3-part documentary. It's HBO. Do what you want.
Yeah. HBO.
Well, HBO bought it.
HBO. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying that,
like
not
the
every...
West Memphis 3 doc.
Sure.
They went in deep with everybody around. They interviewed everybody that was accusing them. They told...
That's right.
Yes. Totally.
Everything. And it was just the story of those 3, but they still built the context of, we're not trying to make you believe one thing or the other.
Aren't there more kids they could interview too? People who would say he did not. They should interview people who said he did nothing too.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm okay with it because it's not a documentary about Michael Jackson, the person. It's not a documentary.
It's about
Michael
these
Jackson.
two.
It's about these two people and their specific stories.
So they get to a place at the end of the doc, or at the end of this part of the doc, where I think Wade, they both get to the same space, but at different. I mean, they run complete parallels. Wade shows up. He moves to Los Angeles to be near Michael with his mom. They move to an apartment in Los Angeles, but Michael doesn't hang out with them as much anymore. He said in the first year, he only saw him like sometimes maybe 4 to 6 times. He does say in those 4 to 6 times, they fucked every time.
Yeah.
But he said, I only saw him 4 to 6 times because I showed up on the set of the Black or White music video and I realized that I had been replaced. Wade said that he was no longer Michael Jackson's best friend because he walked in and Michael's hanging out with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh.
Now, the implication in this doc is there. Clearly, we just heard all this horrible shit from Wade.
Right.
Now we're going to think that Macaulay Culkin is the replacement. The other guy, Jimmy, was replaced by this 9-year-old who looked at Brett something, an Australian kid who looked exactly like Michael. This little like 9-year-old kid that Michael was now hanging out with everywhere he went.
Oh.
Or maybe it was Wade. Maybe I have them backwards.
So
Either way, it was
fucking,
one was replaced by Macaulay
replaced.
Culkin. One was replaced by this kid, Brett. Now, the kid, Brett, has said, I don't want to be in your documentary. I hung out with Michael for years. He never did anything to me.
Okay.
And I'll sue you if you make it seem like anything else.
Wow, okay.
Macaulay Culkin is saying, I don't want anything to do with this. He never touched me. He never did anything to me. And I don't want anything. There's a little text screen that comes up that says Brett, whatever his last name is, and Macaulay Culkin claim to have never been touched or anything by Michael. Like a text screen comes up that just says that. But, you know, we just spent the last 2 hours.
It was like the R.
listening
Kelly
in graphic
disclaimer.
detail. Right.
The R. Kelly denies all allegations.
Right.
I mean, look, maybe he didn't do anything to them either. It's either that or he did something and they don't want to remember it that way, or they want to just be known as someone who hung out with him, or maybe he didn't do anything.
Right.
To those, who knows?
And there's no mention of Corey Feldman. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I think you should interview people who weren't touched though too. Like if they're willing to talk about it, I'd rather see that.
And if they're
in any documentary, where they're just showing one side, you're gonna go, he did it. But it's like the fucking Making a Murderer, where you watch it and all of a sudden it's he's not guilty because they're only showing you the not guilty side.
Yeah. They also didn't fully address why these two had lied about it in the past. They both did address
money, right? Didn't they get money
to lie about it?
I mean, wasn't that when there's court cases going on?
Well, there was court cases. Michael was still alive. They were both still in contact with Michael, so I'm sure
the
there
kid
was
described
money.
his dick. I mean, that happened years ago.
That's a different kid.
Oh, it was different. Okay, that happened a long, long time ago, right?
Yes. That was a different kid, and the kid that sued Michael after the Martin Bashir thing was a different kid too.
Why is he not in the document? Maybe he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I get, and I think that kid was found to be lying. That kid, because Michael was found not guilty in that case, I believe. So I don't know, but you're right. I mean, they should interview the kid who was found to be lying. They should interview, like, let's get to the bottom of this if we're going to get to the bottom of it. You know?
If there's a kid lying and he's willing to talk about it as an adult.
This is Wade, and he's talking about finding Macaulay Culkin. So this is how they frame Mac in the movie.
I believe the first time we saw each other after we moved was his black or white music video, which I was going to dance in. That experience was really hard for me. This was the first time I came up against the new friend, Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay was where I was, at my previous trips, right by Michael's side, every moment.
Okay.
And now I was kind of on the sideline as far as being Michael's friend, and being his favorite. And that was really confusing. What did I do wrong? Like, he and Michael had all of the connection and kind of secret things that Michael and I had before. Like, I could recognize that. So there was definitely there was jealousy from me. I mean, hurt, confusion.
So that's how they frame the Mac relationship.
Yeah, maybe he didn't because Macaulay was famous.
Right.
And
I mean, that's
maybe
the thing.
he just had a thing for him and liked him, but realized this might be a problem.
Right. Like, these kids that he's working are hungry for fame. Macaulay Culkin's not hungry for fame. He's got it. He's the most famous kid in the world.
There's no power there.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And Macaulay's parents can kind of get him to the same places, like
he's already there. He's home alone. Like, he's the biggest in the world. And same with Corey Feldman. When Corey Feldman's hanging out with Michael Jackson.
He's very famous.
Very famous. He already had Goonies under his belt. He was good to go.
Right.
So I think that's part of it too. That he probably, and it's probably the smartest thing he ever did. Because if he had one of those famous people throwing him under the bus, then he's fucked. But there's still that plausible deniability in this thing. But I watch it and
it sounds fucking terrible. I think he did
horrible. Yeah, and it doesn't make okay. What's the most logical explanation here? The most logical explanation here. If he's not fucking Jimmy in every room of Neverland, why is he taking him to every room in Neverland? Why is he hanging out with these kids so much? This is Jimmy talking about what a creep he was. This is the mock wedding ceremony. Michael had a mock wedding ceremony with Jimmy. And by the way, as he's talking, you won't, obviously it's an audio medium, but as Jimmy is talking, he's showing the ring. He's still got the jewelry. So he's showing the wedding ring that Michael gave him.
So we were like this married couple. And I say married because we had this.
He sounds like Doug Benson.
Ceremony.
He really does sound like Doug Benson.
We sat down and we smoked pot.
I don't know.
So we were like this.
That sounds a lot like Doug
married
Benson.
Couple. And I say married because we had this mock wedding ceremony. We did this in his bedroom. And we filled out some vows. It's like we're bonded forever. It felt good. And the ring is nice. It has a row of diamonds with a gold band. The wedding ring. It's hard to go back to that moment.
Yeah, dude.
Why hard to go back to? It made him sad?
Well, because
or angry?
Now, as an adult, he knows he was abused. As a kid, he didn't think he was being abused, but now he's like, oh, fuck. Like, Was
the wedding ceremony just them, or was there a person that performed that ceremony?
It sounds like it was just them, and they just filled out vows. But, there's so much stuff here. At one point, they said, because this is 90, 91, 89, he said, when he was trying to contact Wade Robson, what did he call Wade? His little man? His little...
little one?
Little one. He called Wade his little one an applehead. And...
Your little applehead.
Yeah, weird.
thank God that none of these kids, that texting wasn't available for any of these kids, because they were talking about how they had a fax machine Wade Robson did at his house, and his mom was aware of it. Michael would just send fax after fax after fax. I want to see you. You're so much fun. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean...
right. No texting. That's right.
Yeah.
Can I please get another fax from little one?
Yeah, can I get another fax from little one? They said that they'd be gone for a day, and they'd come back home and look in the office, and just all over the floor, because, faxes would spit out all the faxes that were sent, and they'd come home, and there were just faxes from Michael Jackson all over the goddamn floor. And you're going, dude. And you go, well, why wasn't Wade Robson's mom, why didn't she say anything? Like, even if... Reed.
Come on, stop it. Your yellow shirt.
Did you get a fucking hold of yourself?
Exactly. The one kid left outside the gate at Neverland.
Why are his thighs, though, so thick?
Yeah, he's
Too
beefy.
thick with two C's.
Yeah, he's a beefy boy.
I like a skinny boy.
I
Reed
want
is
it-
thick with two C's.
I want to hear from big one. Said little one.
yeah. Big one.
Thick one.
Thick one. Why don't you respond to my faxes, thick one?
Hey, thick one, go get little one.
Yeah. Thick one. Find little one for me.
Get out of the picture. You're blocking little one.
Reed was invited to Neverland to help set up the bells. That's what he did. He was the grounds crew. Big one. Put in some new bells for me. I like the tones.
So the kid...
So he's getting all these faxes, and you're going, my kids too. If my kid was 7, and a full-grown man, was just nonstop sending him faxes, even if he's the king of pop, I would hope that I would have the wherewithal to say, excuse me, king, please stop sending my kid faxes all day long.
I bet he was sending them to the parents too, though.
Well, it was to the family fax machine.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Like, it probably seems so legit because he's probably saying hello to the family.
Dude,
and
a lot of
Yeah, and
faxes.
he had a relationship with the family.
Well,
Yeah.
listen to what
Hey,
but I don't
Debbie,
know,
how's
man.
your hysterectomy? Whoever questioned.
I know you say like you would hope that you'd be like, what the fuck's going on? But you forget that this guy was like a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there's
he's talking to the whole family.
He's talking to the whole family. He's going over to their house. He's hanging out.
And he has a reputation for liking being friends with kids.
there's Elvis and there's Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and that's it.
So you would hope that you would have like, the foresight to do that, but I don't know.
Where he was going over to the house, the neighbors must have not stopped talking.
He would hang out there all the time.
Yeah.
at the house.
I don't know if it was at Wade's house, but there was a whole thing about him just hanging out at Jimmy's house, sleeping over at Jimmy's house, eating dinner at Jimmy's house.
He slept over there?
by himself. Like he just wanted to be a part of the family.
Where he slept over, not in the same bed as Jimmy.
I don't think at the house they slept in the same
Right,
bed.
right,
At Neverland, they slept in the same bed because that's where, Jimmy said that he showed him his anal in all the rooms in Neverland.
I bet you that they put like a sleeping bag or another bed in there when he slept. There's probably some weird thing, but not weird enough where you'd be alarmed.
Like, Troy, you're going to go on a tour and see, like, oh, that's where they had Milk Duds. Like, Milk Duds isn't going to trigger something in your brain?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be honest, I
It'd be
love Milk Duds.
They're great. But I don't want them for Michael Jackson's movie theater.
If I was a kid, I would.
Yeah, because, I mean...
I love Milk Duds.
And, you don't know...
I blew my friends and didn't get any candy.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jim.
Love to have gotten a handful of Milk Duds in a first-run picture.
Yeah, your friends weren't even the kings of pop, were they?
No, they weren't. They were Budweiser shorts that smelled of mothballs.
Just
Tried to put it in my hiney and they couldn't.
How old were you?
6.
oh, Jim.
So Travis and I were having...
Wait, they tried to put it in your hiney?
Well, the one boy did. I just remember my trousers being pulled down.
I don't remember hearing this story.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't told it.
This is a new one.
I think I've told it.
I don't think so.
I just vaguely remember being in the stairwell.
It's all coming back.
They're
Yeah.
Budweiser shorts?
No, I think I had pants on. And they came down.
Oh, my God.
And?
Just wouldn't go in, I think.
Maybe. This is horrifying, dude.
I vaguely remember that.
It's really bad.
It's a very, very vague memory.
You got to get these. You got to get these things out of you. You have to get these things out of you.
That's what I was thinking when I was in the stairwell. No, I don't think.
No, you're right about that too.
I don't think it went in. I remember it not.
When you go to your therapist,
it was a failed experiment.
Is this what you talk about at your therapist?
No, it's why I don't have good self-esteem because I couldn't do it. Failed.
From a young age.
Yeah.
It's a failure.
Exactly. My asshole has always embarrassed me.
Here's Wade Robson's mom talking about, and this explains a lot of why Michael was able to get away with what he was able to get away with. And I think she speaks for a lot of parents.
I felt like he and I had a relationship outside of his relationship with Wade. I felt like we had something quite separate. I guess like a brother, a really close friend. He'd get really lonely, and we'd talk about that.
Do you know how much he must have hated those conversations with her? It's almost like when you're trying to fuck a girl and you have to talk to her awful friend. You're like, oh, yeah, no, really? So work's been tough? Oh, my God, I'd love to hear. And the whole time you're just thinking, shut up.
Yeah.
You know how much he hated talking to the mother?
It was awful. It was like B having to have sex with that other girl's mother.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do that.
What is work like? Tell me what's happening with your coworker.
Or he would call hoping to speak to Wade, but she'd be like, no, Wade's not home right now, so how are you?
Oh, I'd be like, oh, I'm just heading out. Just heading out to do a tour.
Yeah, just about to leave. Just about to leave. Very, very busy.
It's going to smell the Ferris wheel. Yeah, that must have sucked when he'd call for the Wade and she'd answer. He'd be like, oh, for Pete's sake.
God damn it.
Oh, Wade's playing video games, so what's going on? He wanted to go, get off the phone, bitch!
You don't think they had a separate relationship?
I mean, he's, again, if he did
this is all true,
yeah. And you have to say if, and I do not like the fact they did not interview other sides at all. But even though this is like really salacious shit and like really bad shit.
Based on the story of the movie, though, you don't think Michael had a great relationship with the mom?
No, I mean, again, maybe he did because he knew it was necessary.
It was baloney, though.
It probably was.
Probably baloney.
Sure.
Do you want to hear the Wade sang?
That's my deal, Wade.
Wade, we can take care of this right here in Brandon.
Yeah.
We can take care of this right here in Neverland.
Yeah, I got some True Coat on my nipples.
Yeah.
No, you don't need that.
Well, I don't know. Do you want me to count the cars right now? Do you want me to count them right now? Just jumps on the Neverland train. Suspects fleeing the interview. He's fleeing the interview.
The molester's fleeing the...
Get this train rolling. Would it be too creepy? At one point in the doc last night, Wade Robson sings the lullaby that Michael used to sing for him.
Of course I want to hear this.
You want to hear that?
Of course.
All right.
And then he started calling me Little One. I don't know where it came from, but that became my name from him, Little One. It came with a song.
Oh, no.
That he would sing to me, like this kind of lullaby. Has anyone seen my little one? And then he would say, my little one is here.
Song sucks.
Horrible. That's why Michael Jackson had to work with a lot of songwriters.
What a terrible fucking song.
Quincy, can you write me a lullaby for little one?
Yeah.
Quincy, what do you think of this? No, Michael.
It's not good.
Doesn't work.
How did it go? I just want...
Has anyone seen my little one?
My little one is here.
My little one is here.
Yeah, there's no story.
Yeah, then you've seen your little one. He's right there, fuck.
Yeah. Sing Ben again. just give me something.
Yeah, Little One is a really bad song.
You gonna still listen to PYT, Troy?
It's gonna take some time.
Pretty young thing.
Yeah, this is a bad one. This is not good.
Some of the clips are rough, huh?
Pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's Samantha in Buffalo has an idea. What's up, Samantha?
Hi.
Hi.
I was thinking that, like the episode of Black Mirror, how they like tour all those serial killers and horrible shit, and like that's fine. And
Black Museum.
So, like, Neverland can just be like an episode of Black Mirror. It can happen.
Yes, where it's like a serial killer museum except a pedophile. I don't know if pedophiles have the same je ne sais quoi and charm that serial killers do.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Serial killers. So that's what the takeaway from last night was. That's half. They still have another 2 hours to fill.
Yeah, you wonder what can they... It's probably going to be about the legal proceedings and the court cases and why did you lie? I'm guessing.
I would imagine. I would hope so.
They probably got that out of the way so everybody will watch part 2.
Yeah. A lot of questions are unanswered about like lying and all that stuff and what happened after. But yeah, I mean, we left it with the 2 kids being replaced by 2 other kids.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe they talked to a whole bunch of people in the second part.
Oh,
but
right, okay.
From everybody that saw it at Sundance, nobody's saying that anybody else was spoken to.
Not to mention, there's a Wembley concert tonight.
I forgot more counter programming is going
tonight?
up. Yes, tonight. So you guys,
Wembley.
You guys make the choice tonight at 8 p.m. Coincidentally, two things are airing on HBO. Part 2 of Leaving Neverland is airing, where it's Wade Robson and Jimmy talking about all the sex that Michael Jackson had with kids. However, on YouTube at exactly the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, with exactly the same time length, you can watch for the first time Michael Jackson's concert film from Wembley Stadium.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Do you want to
put on a hell of a show?
Sure did.
Do you want to take a look at the counter programming from last night?
You could do both.
Watch both?
Sure.
Well, I mean, you have HBO Go. You could literally watch everything.
You watch it all.
Well, yeah, no, it's no problem.
That's a great strategy in 1990.
I mean, the concert that they put out last night is incredible.
Is it good?
Dude, you just watch the first 2 minutes?
What's the opening song?
I don't even remember.
By the way, it really tells you a lot about Travis that he actually did watch the concert instead of the doc.
There was a doc last night?
Yes, there was. The clips that we've been playing, they aired when your concert was on.
Okay, that's my bad. I was watching the Michael Jackson concert.
I want to see the first song.
Okay.
How do you open a concert?
We have the link in the email, Troy.
I never saw him live.
Well, then this will be the great opportunity. Yeah, this is.
I have to shit, by the way, so we should break soon.
Once we see. There it is, Michael Jackson's counter-programming concert. It's live from Bucharest. It's the Dangerous Tour.
That got a lot of likes. Holy shit.
32,000 likes.
That's what I'm saying. The Michael Jackson fans are...
And 191 dislikes.
They need more than 32,000 people to save Michael Jackson at this point.
Watch him come out.
He used to play for stadiums. 32,000 is not...
That's true.
Not that impressive. He pops up like Rey Mysterio.
Wow. Insane.
Booyaka.
That's a good entrance.
Yeah, but I don't need his. I don't need. On one channel, you got a Michael Jackson pedophile documentary. On YouTube, he's trying to show off with a metal cod piece.
Yeah,
on.
I don't necessarily like the masculine stance. That wasn't his style.
No,
that was a dangerous style.
They're wearing gloves. They're like Kiss fans.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, they are. But
he's just standing there. It's not even him.
Cooler.
Yeah. Michael Jackson fans definitely cooler than Kiss fans
for sure.
Yeah.
Even with all this information
Michael
that's
Jackson,
out now,
probably manlier than most of the people in Kiss.
That's not true.
Not more manly. Not more manly than Ace.
Oh yeah.
They're crying. How come they're not happy to see him?
No, they're overcome with emotion.
Oh.
By the way, he is ballsy, Michael, for standing up on that stage with all them fireworks going off after the Pepsi incident.
He is literally standing there, not moving.
I wonder if he's got flame retardant gel on his hair.
That'd be a great troll if he just did that for an hour and 40 minutes and then went away.
Dude, they're loving it. I don't think they would care.
He's got a metal wedgie.
Yeah, he does.
They're just happy to be in his presence.
Why is he wearing a steel thong, Travis?
That was the style at the time.
Which was the style at the time?
Why doesn't he just start the song?
Sweet.
Maybe it's just a wax museum. Maybe it's like a Madame Tussauds wax sculpture that they put up there. Save some cash. He's very good at standing still.
He sure is.
It also helps that by this point he's had enough plastic surgery that he doesn't resemble a human being anymore.
Yeah, the nose.
I'm a lizard man.
They are just really cheering.
They like him.
I do this at the Comedy Cellar. I pop out from behind the piano.
And you just stand there like this?
For this long.
To be fair, this was 1992, 93 maybe?
And he looked the other way.
So probably 93 if it's dangerous. So nobody had quite seen the HBO movie yet.
He's taking his glasses off. Hope he doesn't drop them.
They hadn't seen the Martin Bashir piece either. What does he start with? Oh, he's doing his dance moves.
Yeah. I don't know what song that is.
Oh, yeah. Jam.
That's the song?
Well, this was the big single for 93.
Does he actually sing or did he just lip sync too?
No, he probably has a backing track, but he sang.
I never liked his dancing. Who cares? Why would I
his
say
dancing's
that?
mainly for the kids.
Yeah. Oh, women are
Clearly.
crying. They're having a bad time. They want refunds.
I can't believe he's doing that stupid shit.
Why are they screaming? They're not enjoying the show.
It's a good song, though, right?
It's a great song.
Troy doesn't love it.
I don't like the song that much.
No.
Not enough to put up with the pedophile shit?
See, this is after the air I care.
Well, Dangerous is the crossover album, isn't it?
I'm still in on Dangerous.
Oh yeah, I know you are.
No, I don't mean
He's
like I'm.
lip-syncing.
Yeah, very much so.
It's amazing that he's been accused of molesting children. All I can mad about is lip syncing.
Yeah, who cares if he's lip syncing?
I know. There's another time he shouldn't have doing that, but he actually did it.
I don't know. He might be really saying it.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, you're
It was
right.
a different time.
That's true. And they killed really for that.
And you can hear his,
I mean, who cares?
He's the greatest performer of our generation.
What difference does it make?
He's okay. Ozzy's fucking entrances are better. When he came out fucking on the Speak of the Devil tour.
All right. Well, if Michael Jackson starts throwing buckets of water on his crowd, then
Exactly.
I'll agree
Foam.
with you.
Throwing the cross down. Ozzy rules. All right.
He is great. I love Ozzy.
You do?
Oh my god! Of course I do. How do you not like Ozzy?
Do you think the whole time he's performing up on stage, he's like, okay, let me make sure I remember all the lyrics. Oh, I hope nobody finds out I'm fucking kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope people don't find this out.
Yeah, good show.
And it is cool. One of those little kids, I think Jimmy, got to meet Michael Jackson in a hotel room while he was editing the Moonwalker movie. That's cool to see. I mean, then Michael
Classic cinema.
looked at his anal for a while, so that's not as good, according to the doc.
We got Joe Mackey, and we also have Sam Rill. Are they here yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. And I'm going to Orlando next week. Not this weekend, but next weekend I'll be at the Orlando
O-Town.
Improv. Yes.
Love it.
O-Town.
Love it. Troy?
Black Caviar in Boston at the Grand this Thursday.
Why don't you play at Neverland?
No, that's okay.
You don't want to right
I'm
now?
going to skip that. It's got
Okay.
one on tour.
Now is not the time. Okay, but where will you be?
At the Grand in Boston.
It's very, very
this Thursday.
exciting. Very, very exciting. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back with Sam Morrell and Joe Mackey. Stay tuned.